Supreme Court, in a final decision, confirms jail sentences for 5 2007 UDD Redshirt riot leaders. Lawyer for the 5 men sentenced asked that they be handed down suspended sentences at Friday's hearing, but the Supreme Court found the nature of the charges too serious. 2 years earlier, the appeals court had handed down reduced sentences to the Redshirt leaders because of the cooperation shown by the defendants. With the proceedings concluded, the defendants were taken immediately to Bangkok Remand Prison. The Thai Supreme Court on Friday jailed 5 of 7 Redshirt defendants on charges linked to a day of riot and disorder outside the residence of the then Privy Council President Prem Tinsulananda on July 22, 2007. The riot followed a march to the statesman's home of a stirred-up crowd demanding his resignation. The Redshirts had accused him of being linked with the 2006 coup which ousted former Premier Thaksin Shinawatra. With the decision, the Thai Supreme Court finally disposed of the case that has been running for over a decade. It upheld an appeals court ruling in 2018 and sentenced 5 of the 7 Redshirt defendants to 2 years and 8 months in prison. The 5 sentenced to prison today were former Minister and Khon Kaen MP, Nathod Saikua, Noparat Wurachitwat Veer Karmuzi Kapong, Waiputhaling Padanapum, and Wengtikarakarn. 2 defendants had charges dismissed. 2 defendants in the case were free to leave the court after charges against them were dismissed. These were Wirizak Hemathalin and Wangkainaputha. The 7 defendants had been released on bail 2 years ago on a personal surety of 500,000 by the lower court. Today's hearing had been deferred a number of times due to illness, logistical issues and more recently, the coronavirus lockdown. All charges in connection with rioting and a disturbance which occurred at the end of July 2007. All the defendants had earlier changed course and admitted their roles in the political disturbance and riot situation that occurred at the end of July 2007 outside the home of former Privy Council President Prem Tinsulananda, who died last year. Tempers were raised following the 2006 military coup against former Prime Minister Thaksin Shinawatra. At the time, tempers were charged following the 2006 military coup, a year earlier, that ousted former Prime Minister Thaksin Shinawatra from power. All those involved were part of the Redshirt movement known also as the United Front for Democracy Against Dictatorship. Redshirt leader says defendants respect the decision handed down by the court on Friday. Today, Jatchaporn Prompan, another one of the key leaders of the United Front for Democracy Against Dictatorship, who himself was jailed in 2017 for 1 year on defamation charges, stressed that the defendants in the case respect the decision of the court. "I once said to them that on our way of fighting, it's either death or imprisonment," the Redshirt activist said. "Our brothers humbly accepted the court's ruling, while I and others are waiting for our case to be tried. Over the past decade, we took turns getting in and out of the prison." Mr. Jatchaporn is also facing similar charges in relation to the 2007 incident. Key UDD leader sported Liverpool FC shirt to court and then on to prison the day after title win. At today's hearing, Mr. Nathod Saikua sported a Liverpool Football Club jersey on the day after the British Premier League side won their first premiership and 19th national title after a 30-year wait. The UK club is synonymous with its red football jerseys and was once a takeover target of former Thai Prime Minister Thaksin Shinawatra before he bought and later sold Manchester City, who yesterday lost the title after being defeated by leading London-based side, Chelsea. Mr. Nathod is a former MP for Khon Kaen and served also as an MP for the People's Power Party as spokesman at the Prime Minister's office in the short-lived government of Somchai Wongsuwat from October to December 2008. He later served as Deputy Agriculture Minister and Commerce Minister in the government of Yingluck Shinawatra from 2012 to 2014. He is the current Secretary General of the United Front for Democracy Against Dictatorship. March progressed from Sanam Luang on Sunday, July 22, 2007 and ended in chaos and violence. Police and reporters gave evidence against the defendants in relation to the riot in 2007. Fighting and serious disturbances took place outside the residence of the senior and respected Privy Councillor when the group led a march which turned violent. The purpose of the protest was to request that General Prem step down as a key royal functionary. The movement had been broadcasting and communicating with Redshirt followers in the period leading up to the affray. On the day of the march, a Sunday, it was organized to depart from Sanam Luang and was led by the defendants in today's case. It was reported that up to 200 police officers and 30 civilians were injured in the fracas that later ensued until peace and order were reimposed. The scene was one of violence and chaos. Charged with collusion to defy authorities with the use of violence and weapons 13 years ago. The defendants were charged with the use of force and weapons as well as collusion to defy authorities and lawful order in the area surrounding the elder statesman's home. Initially sentenced to 4 years and 8 months. The sentences were later reduced by the Court of Appeal following the cooperation shown by the defendants. Lawyers asked for a suspended sentence. In court on Friday, lawyers for the defendants argued for a lighter sentence and a suspended one given their assistance. However, the Supreme Court took the view that the incident was a serious one of public unrest with national ramifications. The 5 defendants jailed were taken away to Bangkok Remand Prison to begin their sentences. At the court hearing were many UDD followers and activists to show their support. Former UDD leader hopes they will be treated well. Tita Ornset, a longtime political activist in Thailand and former chairwoman of the movement, said that she hoped the 5 prisoners would be treated fairly while incarcerated and perhaps allowed the opportunity to do social work. The case is already over, Ms. Tita pointed out. I hope they will be able to do social work in prison and be treated appropriately. Even though they share different thoughts, they are not criminals. Further reading. Thailand stuck in a vicious cycle which will lead to further military coups, says leading academic. Redshirt leader calls on supporters to be patient as he predicts the new government will be short-lived. Political conflict beamed back into public focus as the kingdom struggles to find its economic legs during crisis. Police considering action against former Future Forward MP Panik Awainik over startling claims. Future Forward Party dissolved, leadership banned from politics by constitutional court order. New normal life and economy could be here for 9 months, warns Thai Prime Minister on Tuesday at briefing. Emergency decree extended by Thai government but politics behind the scenes abuzz with PPP party heave. Thai health boss strongly warns against public protests or political gatherings at this critical time. Constitutional Court sets the real D-Day for the Future Forward Party as Friday, February 21 on loans case. Court ruling on Thanathorn shares opens other MPs to scrutiny and possible electoral law legal action.